Good morning, friends. I'm available with the new retail lecture videos. Its name is Wave 6 Retail. So there are three retail lectures as usual with their sample answers. Listen, practice, and enjoy. Thank you.
Management requires a great deal of energy and effort, more than most people care to make. One factor that affects managers and inhibits their capacity to provide leadership is stress. Stress has lots of causes: work overload, criticism from workers, and can have negative health effects, including loss of sleep. It's a fact. Managers have to deal with stress. Some handle it by making time to be by themselves. Most have some favorite place or pastime: a beach to walk on, maybe a stream to fish in, or a game to play with the kids. It's important to have some form of rest and relaxation. Creating art, working with your hands, gardening, playing sports, the list goes on. Rest doesn't always mean inactivity. For some people, exercise is rest.
The lecture is about the reason of stress and how to manage it. To manage the things, one require a great deal of energy. One of the worst things for a manager is stress. There are certain reasons of stress like workload, oppositions from workers, and so on. Managers make different efforts to cope up the stress, like some fish and other go for vacation. It's very important to take a rest to overcome stress. The commonest way to relieve stress is exercise. Thank you.
In order to know how behavior patterns can be changed, the clinical psychologist has to know what causes the client to behave the way he or she does. Identifying the cause is called diagnosis. In diagnosis, a psychologist uses two basic tools: interviews and psychological tests. Through interviews and tests, the psychologist tries to classify the problem to see if it falls into any known categories. A psychologist may also attempt to describe the client's personality in terms of how he or she deals with life. For example, some people like to lead, and some prefer to follow the lead of others. Some people are active and outgoing, while others are quiet and reflective. In a diagnostic interview, the psychologist takes the client's case history. This means learning how the client got along with parents, teachers, and friends, as well as how the person handled difficult situations in the past.
The speaker talks about behavior pattern of people as a clinical psychology tries to identify the behavior and problem faced by patient. This is called diagnosis. There are two ways. One is interview, another is psychological test. In interview, patient is identified how he she behave with contacted people like parents, family, and friends, and also known patient's attitude towards life, as some people are leaders, impressive, while others are follower and reflective. This process helps a psychologist to treat patient. Thank you.
Now that the warmer weather and longer days are here, we aren't the only ones spending more time outdoors. This is an active time for bats as well. Migratory bats are now returning to the area, and young bats are starting to explore their environment. Young bats go off course, and this is when most people come into contact with them. Bats are a normal part of our environment and can even be a good thing. Bats help keep down the insect population, especially mosquitoes. Normal bat activity includes sleeping during the daytime and becoming active and flying around in search of food at night, starting at dusk. It's unusual to see a bat during the day. Normal bats don't fly around in the daytime or lie or crawl on the ground. So if you encounter a bat like that, you should call the health department immediately.
The lecture is about the bat, a kind of mammal, and its behavior. In the hot days, bats are commonly found. These are the normal part of our environment and are good for our environment because it eats insects like mosquitoes. There are they are active at night time. During day, they sleep. Bats don't fly around the daytime but crawl or lie on the ground. So whenever you see a bat like that, you must inform the nearest health department. Thank you. So this is the end of all the three retail lectures. For more videos about the retail lecture and some other stuff, kindly subscribe my page, and for online tests please visit my website pt.englishpunjab.com, or you can purchase certain tests on my website englishpunjab.com. Thank you.